Do you struggle to come up with content ideas to post on social media? Listen, I get it. As a small business owner, social media already seems overwhelming, and then trying to come up with a new idea every single day seems almost impossible. And the number one complaint and question and comment that I get from small business owners is, how do I come up with more content ideas? Where do I get them from? And there is such a strategic way in coming up with content ideas that is going to align to your customers and the journey that they're on with you. So what we want to put in the past is trying to find a new content idea every day by Googling it, going on Pinterest, or the newest craze of going on ChatGPT. In this video, I want to show you how to create multiple pieces of content from just one idea that's actually going to follow your customers along their journey with you as you continue to create content on social media, also known as your customer journey. So first, I need to explain what your customer journey is and what that looks like on social media. There are a lot of different marketing theories that I could talk to you about when it comes to a buyer's journey and funnels and all these things, but I want to keep it very simple. Essentially, your customer's journey on social media is how you take them from being a complete stranger into a customer and then bringing them into a part of your community. There are typically about 4 different stages that your buyer is going to go through with you on social media. And today we're going to talk about how to take one content idea and turn it into 4 different pieces of content that you can then make sure is targeting your customer along that journey. So you're not just posting content for content's sake, you're actually doing it strategically. And remember, this journey is a process of what your customer goes through, not only in their brain, how you're addressing their pain points in your content. It helps them go from being that stranger to making a purchase with you or even downloading your freebie. So those 4 stages, let's start to dive into them. Quick overview of what those 4 stages are, and then we'll dive a little bit deeper. Number 1, they don't know that they have a problem yet. Number 2, they know they have a problem, but they don't know the solution. Number 3, they know you have the solution, but they don't quite trust you yet. And number 4, they know you have the solution, they trust you. Now, how are you going to get them to purchase? And before we dive into each of these more in depth, remember that there is no timeline. There's no set right or wrong of how long it takes somebody to go through this process with you. For some businesses or brands, the customer journey could take a couple of minutes to an hour. And for some other brands, it might take weeks or months. Again, there's no right or wrong, and it kind of depends on a few different factors when it comes to your customer's journey on social media. It's going to depend on your business, the products you're selling, your overall marketing strategy, and there's a factor of how that person actually buys. Okay, so I want to dive into each of these different stages, and I want to give you an overarching example. This is something that I like to use in my social media all the time, and lately I recently dropped a new Airtable template, which you guys can purchase at the link below. But I want to show you how I created content to promote that Airtable template no matter where my customer was on their journey with me. So remember, stage 1 is they don't even know they have a problem yet. So how am I going to address that? First and foremost, the problem that my Airtable template solves is it helps people get organized when it comes to creating content, helps build a workflow, helps build a system, and again, just kind of gets things off of people's iPhone notes and gives a system and approach to content creation. So a lot of business owners don't even know that organizing your content creation process is even a problem that they have, especially for newer business owners or solo entrepreneurs. Most of the time, they're just posting content in the moment and they think that's fine. It might work best for them. But they often don't realize that by not organizing your content creation process or not having a workflow, you're actually wasting a lot of time as a business owner. So how do I address that person that doesn't even know that they have a problem? So when it comes to attracting that person into my audience and letting them know they even have a problem, I really do like to lean into a trending audio or something that's really going to grab their attention in a very short time frame. So I might use a trending sound that is kind of funny or meme-like, and then the text on the screen is going to say something like, "Are you posting content every day in the moment without a plan?" And that'll help my customer start to realize, oh, this is actually a problem for me. I actually don't want to do this every single day. And then in the caption, I'm going to give a little bit more education and let them know why it is so important to have an organized process, an organized workflow, and let them know that they're not alone in that they like to post every single day. I really start to not only present them with their problem, but I address them and let them know that, hey, even though this is a pain point for you, there are ways around this. And I'll give them some kind of quick action or quick tip and just kind of give them a little bit extra value in that caption. And this can work for your business too in a lot of different ways. Typically in this stage, I don't like to create content that is more like this, like a talking head video. It's a bit overwhelming. In this stage, I really do like to create a meme, a reel that has, like a lip sync audio, or even just taking like a really thoughtful tweet and screenshotting it and putting it on like a stock video background and throwing that up on Reels. Just know that you have to build this connection point before you can move into the next stage of the process. All right, so now they know they have the problem. Like, you've already addressed that, hey, you guys need to acknowledge that this is a problem, but they don't understand what the solution is. So obviously that last piece of content, I'm like, hey, you guys need an organized system, but I don't tell them how to do that. So from there, I start to inject my value proposition. I really like to talk to my customer and be like, hey, I already gave you guys this example. I was like, are you constantly just jotting down ideas in your iPhone notes? Instead, let's get them inside of Airtable. Or what I can do is kind of show behind the scenes of like, do you have a Google spreadsheet that is just an absolute hot mess? And then I'll kind of show them what my Airtable template looks like. Another thing, I can give pros and cons of using Airtable over Asana, over Notion, and really start to tell them that, hey, here's your problem, there is a solution, and give them some guided direction. So for this type of content, I'm a video queen, and I think this addresses this particular stage very, very well. Typically what I will do is I will start with a hook of me looking and talking to the camera, and it'll say something like, do you have a million notes in your iPhone of content ideas that you have? I'll say something like that to really hook them in. Then I will turn my camera around and show them the behind the scenes of like a before and after. So let's say I show what maybe their iPhone looks like in their notes section, and then I'm like, we can transfer all of that into Airtable. So again, I'm starting to slowly kind of show them that I am the solution. They don't know what their solution is yet, but I have something that can help them. I'm still presenting value in the video, letting them know about Airtable. Most of the time, people don't even know what it is, but I'm slowly building in this customer journey on social media by helping them understand that their problem does have a solution in quite a few different ways. So then moving into the next stage of the process, they know you have that solution, but they don't quite trust you yet. So let's just say that one particular customer has watched my 2 previous videos. Now at this point, they're like, okay, Airtable looks kind of cool. She looks like she knows what she's talking about, but I don't know who the hell she is. They might be thinking to themselves, is this product right for me? Did it work for other people? From here, what I see a lot of small business owners doing is they start talking about features of their product versus the benefits. So a feature for my Airtable template would be something like, have an organized system and you can sort it by month, day, year, social media platform. Like, I could go in and list out exactly what my Airtable template has inside of it. Or I could talk to them about, hey, would you love to have time back in your day and get used to batching your content? That is a benefit of my Airtable template. It's not just a feature, it is how they're going to transform or feel afterwards. There's a couple different ways that we can address this trust issue. The number one thing that I always lean into first is showing up on social media and presenting myself and my personality. I always like to build my authority in quite a few other different ways, and this can get complicated, but just make sure you're showing up as yourself on social media. Always reintroduce yourself, give funny stories, anecdotes, tell a little bit more about your personal life. You can do this in so many ways, whether it's stories or reels or things like that, but that's gonna help build that like, no trust factor. So that has to go on in the background. But now let's take an exact piece of content to help them build trust with you. So to address this stage directly of them not trusting me, they know I have the solution, what I will lean into are testimonials. Quite a few ways that you can do this. Personally, I have a folder on both my iPhone and in Canva where I constantly take screenshots of DMs, comments, and I will make sure to screenshot that and have that as an asset inside of, again, my phone or Canva. I also love sending out surveys to my audience and allowing them to send me a text or video testimonial, which I can then use in my marketing. And this addresses that pain point of, hey, somebody else has already purchased this. I know it's gonna work for me for X, Y, and Z reason. It allows that new customer to understand that I've done this before, this is my expertise, other people have purchased it, and now they trust you enough and feel comfortable enough to continue into that next stage. And then this next stage is they know they have a problem, they know you have the solution, they trust you. Now, how do you get them to buy the product? This is where you can really go out and hit that salesy content, that super promotional content. You see it all the time. A lot of business owners, this is the only content they create about their product, and they're skipping those other 3 stages. Typically what'll happen, they'll be like, here's a 30% sale, go buy it. And if somebody is not ready to purchase from you, not only are they gonna skip over that post, it's not that engaging, they're just not ready to make a purchase yet, and it's not going to convert as high. But if you're hitting all 3 of those stages, when you put up a post of, hey, buy this from me, they are more inclined to do so. So even if I'm putting out a salesy post, let's say it's on Instagram and it's a graphic, I still like to have a little bit of fun. I typically like to throw up a meme or a tweet or something like that that still resonates with them, with a call to action of, hey, purchase my new Airtable template. That way, those who have gone through those first 3 stages, they are ready to purchase from me, and I'm giving them a direct action to do so. I see so many business owners only creating that last piece of content, and it's not converting as high as they want to. So make sure you're creating content that is going to make sure you're hitting on the other 3 stages of that customer journey as well. So now that you've learned the 4 different stages that your customer is going to follow through on their journey with you on social media before making a purchase or downloading your freebie, there is something else I want to talk to you guys about. You have to understand that a lot of these pieces of content are not going to go viral. The reach of them, the engagement, everything might be a little bit lower, but they are higher converting to actually make money. So in order to help you kind of reframe your mindset here, I do have another video that you guys can watch where I talk about the ups and downs of creating viral content and why it's not always going to happen for your business and how that's a good thing. And in that video, I talk about other goals that your content should have, like helping you make money, instead of just always worrying about views. So check out the video, hit subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.